No.
Kim Ward here with my buddy Roxanne Lynch, who thought we were live already. So she was giving me a masterclass in the fact that keywords are currency. So I'm going to let you repeat everything that you just said to me. Hey there, beautiful human. Welcome to Life by Design, the show where strategy meets sanity and family-focused entrepreneurs learn how to build profit without burning out. I'm your host, Kim Ward, digital marketing strategist, coffee enthusiast, and proud Pinterest nerd. Here to help you grow your income, your impact, and maybe even your peace of mind. If you're ready to trade overwhelm for clarity, hustle for harmony, and start creating a business that actually fits your life instead of the other way around, you're in the right place. Grab your notebook or, hey, your favorite cozy drink. Let's dive into today's episode because around here, we believe success shouldn't cost you your sanity or your Saturday.
The fun fact why I always drink out of blue things before we get into this is that blue is part of our throat chakra. So when we speak, we've got red from our heart and blue glasses and blue teacups, in case you're wondering.
You and I are all heart today because we're just covered in red.
Because we give a damn.
Yeah.
We want women to win in business. And
for sure.
It's like we want everyone to win. We know there's enough success and sunshine for us all. And in a weird way, Facebook has done a great service to us by being that last domino to fall when it comes shifting from social media to search media. So we know eons ago, Google made that entire internet economy the way that we would type and it would give us what we had searched for. Pinterest was the first platform that adopted what Google was doing, where we would insert keywords into our description and the right content would populate in front of the right women or men's eyes that were searching for what we had.
For sure.
TikTok blew up because we discovered in 2000s that TikTok SEO was real. Videos started going viral and being ranked because of the spoken words we spoke and the captions that then matched and drove our content to the right people that wanted what we had. So whether we had a business, a service, a product, an opportunity, and then Instagram quietly followed just by removing hashtags, but not really telling people what was going on. Those who were like with it, elastic learners, flexible, leaning into the environment around women in the converse and men, we're conversing about this. And it's crazy that we said before this, we thought Facebook, this would happen like kind of after Christmas. I had this feeling after Christmas, let's just get through Black Friday. Let's get through the travel. But no, Facebook, that last domino
dropped a bomb
last night.
Yep.
That's
they dropped
crazy.
the bomb yesterday. And now your content, your visibility, your exposure is dependent on keyword search.
Yep.
Search optimization. And I love this because you talked about like video. You know, when you want to really be the most effective, I mean, we're not creating content just hoping that it depreciates and hoping that we never get found. It's quite the opposite, right? So we knew like if you have a way that your audience would search, you want to speak that within the first 5 seconds of your video. And you want to have that text on screen and you want to have that in the caption of your video. And that's what has helped make us so successful on Pinterest is we understood like, okay, the way that we speak as humans and especially as marketers is not the way that a consumer, someone who has a hurt, a pain, and needs a solution or has a desire would frantically type with their thumbs or use talk dictation. You know who, I'm not going to summons Beetlejuice, but the way that we search is vastly different than the way that we speak. And so when you understand that and you lean in and start to create your content in a way that your person would search for it, voila, you end up getting found by the right people. And I know you'll agree with me, it's not about going viral. It's about being found by the right people.
Well, I mean, this evolution of Facebook, I mean, I remember, what was it, back in 2013, 2014, it was still a thing. It was a status thing where I have 5,000 friends. Yes. Remember?
Yeah.
Remember? It was a thing. It's like, damn it, I'm only at like 2,800. It's like, I'm never going to get there. and going into Facebook rooms and just randomly friend requesting hundreds of people, and they didn't know who we were,
Yep.
how we served, our purpose, our passion, how we could help. It was a wild west. And now it's like, it's not about followers,
Not at
and
all.
it's certainly not about followers, on Pinterest. It's about being intentional. And this is now shifted to Facebook too, where intention matters, and being cat-like on our feet and just leaning into what we know is coming. This next boom, this just like the TikTok bubble exploded in 2000. Women that take advantage of this, like starting today, if you don't know about keywords and you don't know like what that even means, like it's time to get on that bandwagon
Yeah.
sooner than later. You don't want to be behind. Like that was Ray's thing, remember, in 2015, 2014, elastic learners.
Yeah.
It was a big thing that he said. Still does.
Absolutely. So for you, like how has keyword and like search optimization changed how you approach your business and your marketing?
Being frank, I got really tired of trying to market to the same 25, 30, 50, 100 people on social media. I knew something had to change. And I just decided to get back to the basics about being intentional. And so I went back. It'll be 2 years in April, where I've been very intentionally with Pinterest, very intentional with my TikTok videos, how I speak, same thing, how we speak, how we type. It's incredibly powerful. And you're right. I'm not going viral on TikTok, and I don't want to go viral.
Yep.
It's like, but I am getting a little over 8,000 people looking at my pins per day on
That's
Pinterest.
amazing. Wow.
I'm like within every day, I just, for shits and giggles, check my impressions on Pinterest. I'm 5.9 million. I know it's going to hit 6.
Wow.
Definitely before the end of November.
It was
And
literally not that long ago. You're like, I'm almost at 5 million. And now it's like,
that was in June. Like, I think it was June or July. It's just keywords. It's being intentional and using the tools. Like, you taught me to use some tools, and you even gave us, some additional support material to amplify our path, to brighten it even brighter and increase our results, because it begins with a click. But that began with someone's thought. It goes from an idea and a thought to then a conversation to then a click and a conversion. And it's that is being compressed.
Absolutely. I love it. It's funny because way before I started teaching Pinterest and understood like search engine mentality, I came up the reins through social media. So it was like we just accepted the hamster wheel back then. And it was like, it is what it is. Like, I'm here to play, I'm here to build, and let's do the thing. And I would tell my husband something I'm looking for to purchase, and I'd be Googling it or looking for it. And I'm like, I just can't find what I'm looking for. And he'd go, is this it? He'd show me his phone. I'm like, what the heck? How do you do that so quickly? He's like, babe, I just type in. And I used to think like he was so dumbed down that I'm like, I don't get it. You think like a caveman. Like, I would never type like that. What I was stuck in was the marketer's perspective. Again, kind of going back to like how we talk is not how we search. And I think that's the biggest frustration. I know you've seen it too when we have our Pinterest community trying to switch gears from social to search. And it's like, how do I show up in a way that my consumer, that my buyer, that my next team member, that someone is looking for? And it's just put yourself back in their shoes. And if it were you, how would you search for that solution?
Yeah.
It's really simple. And I think we make it a little more complicated than it needs to be.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for this change. I'm excited that Facebook is catching on and saying, hey, we're going based on search optimization. So now we don't have to worry about necessarily seeing things that aren't for us, or like you said, marketing to the same core group of people. We love the core group of people, but if we really want impact, we have to expand. And that's what this gives us the opportunity to do. So I see this as a blessing. I think I'm very, very excited for it. We've been doing it all along on Pinterest, in our video, like you said, not too long ago. What has it been? Maybe 6 months that Instagram said, no more hashtags. We're going to get heavy on keyword search. And we knew that Facebook would follow. So I'm glad it's here now.
I am too. So to ask you a question, how does this update really level the playing field for women with a smaller following or a smaller business, and why this is really powerful for women that are actually in the beginning stages of perhaps their marketing career, whether they have products, services, opportunity, direct sales, affiliate marketing? I'd love to hear your perspective on that.
I love that question. I saw Carla's comment. She's like, LOL, Rich the caveman. I did. I used to be like, you dumb it down so much that I just can't think like that. But he was brilliant because it was simple search. So it's funny because I'm only considered an influencer on Facebook. Everywhere else, no one gives a crap. I'm not an influencer anywhere. And if you were to go look at my Instagram, right, I'm that exact woman that you're talking about. I really am. My views are very low. Most of my videos don't reach over 100 or 200 views, but I can peel back the curtain and show you how many leads we're generating, how many conversations we're generating, how many sales calls are being booked with our team, how many people are stepping in. Just last week, we had a $6,000 sale through Instagram, and I really am that person. So to all of the women out there that have whether you're just beginning or you have a small following and you've discounted yourself, this is a beautiful, beautiful thing, because when you understand the needs, the wants, the desires of your exact perfect human, right? What do they struggle with? What do they need? What are they looking for? You get to speak that language however you choose to create your content, whether it be carousel or video or a pin on Pinterest, and you speak directly to the way that human would search. That's the person that's going to find your content. And if it's not right for them, number one, they wouldn't be landing on it with search optimization, with the way that, this works. And so rest assured that the people who are already searching for what you have, those are the people that are finding your content. When you make a connection, it's almost like going back to feel, felt, found, not to be too cliche, but it's like, I've been in your shoes. This is what I did. This is the change. This was the moment, and I can help you too, whether it's product, service, opportunity, and you make the invitation to step deeper into your world, deeper into your ecosystem. You're going to find that you're converting at a much higher number with a much higher quality. And this levels the playing field for everybody.
Yeah, I think that's a very beautiful thing. And I know we don't want to keep this too long, and I can't believe how fast the time flies. But so for a new person, number one, I know, like, if you're a friend of Kim's, like, she has a tool for you. If you're a friend of mine, I have a similar tool for you that we can help you. But what is another way that, as a newbie who's just going, like, I can't even wrap my head around this, what is the simplest way that we can explain what is a search word and how to find it, like, right at our fingertips today, like, when this video is over?
I would say that the simplest way is just go to Google. Just go open google.com and type in one or maybe two words that are relevant to your niche, either your product, a problem that someone has, whether it's inflammation, right? Google's going to show you what's called their predictive text on the screen. So these are matching trends. These are search terms that real humans with a pulse are searching for on Google. So when you see what they're searching for, you have the ability to take that exact language and use it in your content so that as they're searching for it, your content starts to populate as a resource for them. And the resource that you have is the resource I'm going to use. I'm not going to use mine. This is your show. So
I don't mind sharing the love.
I don't either.
Proper. I know. Thank you. But I love this conversation is because we just want women to win bigger in their businesses.
Yep.
You and I know there's enough success and sunshine for everybody. And I really want women to take an easy breath, and especially coming into Christmas, especially coming into Black Friday, and every woman's going like, really, I got to learn one more thing. Because I remember feeling that way when stories come out. You know, videos and reels, they weren't so hard because we'd already been doing them for years with Facebook Lives and even recorded Facebook videos before we had Facebook Lives. But stories, I remember dragging my feet. I remember like going like, I don't want to. But every time, like really, I was pissy. I was not impressed that social media come out with another change just when I was like getting into a nice, easy rhythm, and they change. But it's like every time, like Ray Higdon says, like he has told you and told me that if you're an elastic learner, if you're cat-like on your feet, if you can be at least not behind the wave, but on the cusp of the wave or even trying to get ahead, those early birds are going to get the worm.
Yes, that is so true. We can be pissy about it, but like you're right, it's speed. It's not always the person that has the best information. It is the person who gets there the fastest. That really is so true.
Implements. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's like, but every time I would implement and actually do the do instead of rather than me stamping my feet and having a hissy fit, when I did what I knew I had to do, the results came faster. And I know in the years past, I used to waste so much time being in the angry, pissy phase because someone changed the game on me. If I would have just like, fine, and just got to work.
We can still be pissy and pivot, right? That's what we've learned how to do. That's what we do in our circle, don't we? We pissy and we pivot.
True. It's true. Oh my gosh, my cheeks are burning up in laughter. But that's the truth of it. And it's like, and it's okay to feel anger or frustration or those are like the emotions that we go through to get to where we want to go. It's not that we have to stay there for very long. And that would be my suggestion to women going like, don't stay stuck. Start somewhere.
Yes.
You know, we have a tool, we have a little PDF check sheet, we have an easy read to help unravel this. So I don't want you to feel like me in grade 10, where you're struggling with algebra and science, the things that made me want to quit school. This is something that we can do.
Absolutely.
Like, if you can, and I can, we know other women can. And the women around us are winning because of that.
Absolutely. I mean it. This is great. And, you know, if you're still with us and you're still listening, I will tell you, you know, we talked a lot about TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. Having Pinterest in your corner isn't just one more thing to do. It's let's help you create this hub that when you understand search, when you understand keywords, and you understand how to create your content speaking directly to your ideal person, Pinterest will be that hub that drives the right traffic into your ecosystem. So if you want to grow your podcast, Pinterest can help you do that, because whether it is a podcast or Pinterest, search is everything. And your keywords, if they're off, how many times do I say this, Roxy? You're going to be found or you're going to stay frustrated. We don't want that. That's why we wanted to have this conversation. You can grow a healthy YouTube channel by pinning about it, pinning your videos, and the search congruency is working between YouTube, Google, Pinterest. So imagine what happens when you start layering and compounding your different platforms, right? And then people are searching the exact phrases that they're searching, and boom, your pin pops up, or your video pops up, or your podcast pops up. You and I talk about this a lot in our private penthouse Zooms and all that. The 7-11-4 rule. New people, new followers to you, they need to consume about 7 hours of your content between 11 different touch points and 4 different platforms, whether it's Pinterest, YouTube, email, Facebook. And I see that in my own world, and I know you do too. It's like I'll see someone leaving a little comment on a Pinterest pin, and then that same person leaves a comment on my YouTube video, and they just stay within the virtual spider web that you're creating, and you can see how the system works. And so we want to help you lean into the system. So I'm going to drop your link for our keyword research guide. So if you're like, wow, I'm new to search optimization, I'm not sure how to use keywords. Maybe I've tried, or I think I can, and I'd like to kind of improve this skill a little bit. We've got a free guide for you. So I'll drop that link in just a moment and down below.
That's amazing. And we can continue to dive deeper. I mean, because I know within our emails and how we serve at that higher level to the best that we possibly can, just understanding that like keywords are becoming our currency. They have been on other platforms, but now Facebook has adopted this also. And we just want you to win. We want everyone to win.
Absolutely.
And we're happy to talk about it. I love spilling beans. I love talking secrets. And it's like, it's not a secret.
Yes.
Everyone should know this.
We're pissy and pivoting. Tune in to the next podcast. Oh my gosh. Thanks for today. This was amazing.
This was beautiful.
Any last minute words? I know we said a whole bunch already, but
I know
we'll wrap it up.
I just think that it just goes back to my heart. It's just knowing that we don't have to stay stuck and frustrated, because there's women that have so much power, that have so much purpose, they have so much story, they have so much to give, so much to offer. And if they're just on that same hamster wheel, feeling that they're going around and around and around again, and going like,
yeah,
there's a way out of that actually becomes productive. Keeping the best parts of what works in our day and interweaving and interjecting those keywords that become currency, and being a little bit more intentional is just, it's going to save us time.
For sure.
So much time. And we're going to get more results of what we truly do want, which is to help more people.
And we can dial it back on the amount of work, because when we have the quality, we don't need the quantity.
Yeah.
So good.
Amen.
So pissy, pivoting, and productive. Have a great day, my friends. Roxy, thank you.
Thank you, Kim.